good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, I feel positive now. That's great. See, this positive attitude is inbuilt in every one of us. And we are all positive. But then, the situations actually changes. Now, the best example for positive attitude people, have you seen a 2-year-old child? They're in their own world. They're just having a great time. They just do whatever they like to do. But do we really do that? Well, let me give you an example. Once, what has happened is, I was driving a car, quite relaxed, suddenly, zoof, a car just crosses by. I was like, hey, you, beep, beep, beep. Some censorship is required. Beep, 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 beep. Then with that, I go home. And then I share with my wife, or I share with my husband, whoever it is, and tell them, you know something, this happened to me, that happened to me, there was a crazy driver. The whole Abu Dhabi is full of crazy drivers. They have no clue what they're doing. They just come and just drive. I don't know who gave them the license, the government, what are they doing? Then after that, the next day, you go to your office and share with your colleague the same story. There's a crazy driver who I met on the road, he just crossed my road and almost I was, close to get to an accident. Now what do you do is, let's just step out of the situation. Yeah? There's 3 situations over here. Let's just observe it. Now here, I'm sitting there in a closed car and I'm screaming everything to the other driver. And the funniest part is he's not listening. He's already gone. Way far away and you're screaming. For what? What's happening? You are shouting it to yourself. It's just reflecting back to you. You're taking it in you. And then you take that and you go to your family. Keep a little with you, the negativity, and you forward it to your husband or wife. And then what happens to that? Your wife will gossip with someone else. And if it's your husband, he's going to discuss with someone else. Because that's what, men's discuss and ladies gossip. That's how it goes. And now, what happens is, you go to your colleague, right? Now when I look him outside, you just share the same story with him. And then he takes it and shares it on. Now if you really look back, a negativity is being spread all around the world. And the only reason, and the only one thing is, who started it? You try to shout to a guy who's not even there, who's not even listening, and you're getting all into it and sharing it all the way. Now if everyone started doing this, everyone had someone crossing their road and goes on telling, what's going to happen? So many good things happening around the world, but do we really share that instead of something else which is required? Our pure nature is positive, but people don't realize that. It's just that one reason just keeps on going, and the more people do it, the circle takes place. And the whole place becomes negative, and you sit there, why is my life so bad? You tend to think for a second, but who's the cause? This example clearly shows you who's the cause. So, what happens is, whenever any situation like this comes, you just keep it for some time, keep it for a minute. The guy just crosses by, maybe he's busy, he has to eat somewhere, or something like that. Just keep it for you for a minute, or an hour maximum. When you're argue for something, hate him for an hour. But come back to your positive self, who actually sees everything. But do we really do that?